Feelings so deep in my feelings. No, this ain't really like me. Can't control my anxiety. Feelings like I'm touching the ceiling. When I'm with you, I can't breathe. Boy, you do something to me. Ooh, now I'll never get over you until I find something new that gets me high like you do. Yeah. Ooh, now I'll never get over you until I find something new that gets me high like you do. Listen to my heart go by. Do the baby bye. Do the hear my heart go by. Do the baby bye. You know what to say. Bye. Do the baby bye. Do the hey. Bye. Do the baby bye. It just won't stop. Hey, everybody, this is Auntie, and we are on our last leg of our three-part marathon talking all things 90 Day Fiance, Season 2, Episode 4. If this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And to all of my new subscribers, y'all, thank y'all so much for joining the family. It's big enough for everybody. And to all of my nieces and nephews who have been with me from the very beginning, thank you, and thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all, we are going to be talking about our boy Tarik. Tariq a renegade, okay? He's up, he going hardcore. Now, I have been watching a little bit about Tarik on Instagram. And so I'm going to share just a little bit of what I know about Tarik and his Instagram tirades, but not before I talk about Tarik and Hazel. Tarik met Hazel on a dating line, and he thinks that she is the epitome of beauty. She has long brunette hair, fine chiseled features, and she is absolutely the love of his life. And you know what? Beauty is absolutely in the eye of the beholder, and Tarik has beholden his goddess. Now we see him go over to the Philippines and meet his little boo thing, and he is just elated with the woman that he has met. He is willing to sleep in a bed with her with pillows separating the two of them. She is was a little worried, because he had a stop in Bangkok, and as we know, this is where he had a previous girlfriend that he broke up with. She said, "Look, this man is my ticket, and he is my way or the means for me to have a better life." Now, whether we agree with Hazel or not, she said that her and Tariq have had discussions about their relationship and about their dreams or her dreams and their wishes. The both of them have two little children, and they want to, you know, hook up and get together and be a couple. We see Tariq as he meets her family. He's sitting there looking like a giant in comparison to the size of her mother, and her dad. They come from a very religious Philippine family. Now, I've heard a lot of things about Philippines and their religion, and we will not be going there tonight. So, if you would like to call in and to talk about that kind of stuff, it's going to be a no go here. We want to keep it lighthearted. We want to be able to talk and enjoy it without getting really serious about religions, and about the way that they worship over there. Although I have heard some stories Okay, but anyway, we see Tariq, sit with the family, and they're really concerned about his religious beliefs. He tells them that he believes in God, but he's not a religious man, and a lot of people are not religious, and so basically they're like, okay, but you're going to give our daughter a better life, and this is what Hazel wants. The family wants Tariq to go to church with them, and so he agrees. And so we see Tariq in the church service praising and worshiping God in only the way that he knew how, and that was to just stand there and deal with it. He said that he could not wait to get out of there. And then we see the TLC writing come across the screen and says 5 hours later. Yes, Tariq was in the church service for 6 hours for the woman that he loved, with people hollering and screaming and speaking in tongues, and some people actually bleeding. And Tariq was there witnessing this for 6 long hours. Wow, what you would do for love. And so basically, Tariq leaves out, and the parents have a conversation with him now. When the hell did Tariq get an opportunity to eat? I don't know. But anyway, I digress. Tariq tells the family that he is serious about her and that marriage is something that he sees himself doing in the future. For all of you all who are following Mr. Myers on Instagram, it has been very interesting over the last couple of weeks. Some of the comments that he has been making. He has a video that I am going to show you really, really quick, and I want to get your opinion when you call in on what you think Tariq means by this video. So let me pull this up on Instagram. And this is for educational and entertainment purposes only. But I'm going to pull this video up that I saw of him and a comments that he made. So I'm going to try to put this on the speaker if I can. Just 1 second. And he seems a little bitter to me. It seems as if Tariq believes that Muhammad is his hero. Now, for all of you all who have been following 90 Day Fiance for the last year, we were introduced to Muhammad, who was with Danielle. Danielle, I want my dad tonight. That Danielle. And so Muhammad, at the end of the season, became very disgruntled with TLC. He started being very resistant to the process because he felt like he was not being shown in the best light. And so, because of that, he started taping himself. We remember that infamous episode when Muhammad was coming out of the courthouse videotaping himself, and I damn near died looking at it and died um, doing the review on it. If you have not seen that video, you have got to go back and see that video that I did on Muhammad. And so now Tariq in this video appears to be a little disgruntled, to say the least. And so here is the video. I'm hoping that you can see it. You ready? Let's see.
Belongs to
Okay, come on, Instagram.
the devil. And the devil will lie on you. The devil will lie on your woman. The devil will lie on you and your woman at the same time. And the devil will build a big, beautiful machine to fool you, right? But it's still the devil. But I came from nothing. So I ain't scared of nothing. I ain't scared to rage against that machine. Fuck you mean? Fuck you mean? Play with me. Be careful who you make a deal with, because unbeknownst to you,
Okay.
the other person might be the devil.
Really?
And the devil will lie on you.
Really?
The devil will lie on your woman.
Okay.
The devil will lie on you and your woman at the same time.
At the same damn time.
And the devil will build a big, beautiful machine to fool you.
Really? What machine?
Right?
Right.
But it's still the devil.
It's still the devil.
But I came from nothing.
He said he came from nothing.
So I ain't scared of nothing.
So he ain't scared of nothing.
I ain't scared to rage against that machine.
What machine?
Fuck you mean?
Fuck you mean?
Fuck you mean?
Fuck you mean?
Play with me.
Play with who? Okay. So we can see from that video that Tarik appears to be a little angry. He talks about a machine. Could that machine be TLC? I don't know. I'm just asking the question. I'm just here to do the review. And I'm like, he said the machine will come against you and your girlfriend. And then we see another video of Tarik. And I don't know what point he's trying to make out of this one, but thought I'd share this one with you too. Let's see. Let me see if I can get to that machine. Okay? Y'all ready for this one? Here we go. Okay? Let me get it on.
It's Mike Rose on Niagara Fields. Green lights and Viagra pills. Circle lights and Viagra pills. It's Mike Rose on Niagara Fields. Green lights and Viagra pills.
Now what the fuck was that? Don't look like it's no pillow between them now. Look like they kissing and loving and hugging and rubbing all up on each other. Now at the bottom of it, the caption says, I go hard like green lights and Viagra pills. That's why truth will prevail over their devilish machine. Taps the mic. Are you puppet masters listening? I ain't scared of you MFs in my Bernie Mac voice. Muhammad is a hero. By the way, we have clothes on people. So what's happening with Tarik? Is Tarik disgruntled with TLC? Could it possibly be that he feels like this machine has put him under a gag and he's not appreciating the gag? I don't know. You know, in the video that I showed you earlier, this is what he said. He said, I never knew there was an art to telling lies on people. Mastered it, huh? And I'm not referring to Hazel. They know who I'm talking to. If you're smart enough to read between the lines, you will too. Oh, and no matter what you devils try to do to me, Tariq life continues. Muhammad is a hero. You a little bit of boo? You acting like a little bit of bitch? Or is it that you have really been mistreated? See, you know, a lot of times we sit out here, you know, and we look at 90 Day Fiance and we he and we ha ha, and their lives on the other end of this. It appears that there may be some things or you know that's going on with TLC. As we remember, Muhammad was very disgruntled because he was under the illusion that TLC was going to tell his story and that his story was going to be able to help other people. You know, this was going to be an example to other people. Now, I don't know what the hell is going on with Tarik. But I tell you what, when I looked at this video, I said, I got to come out here and ask my fellow nieces and nephews. Sometimes your auntie's a little old, and so she's, you know, not with the, you know, not up on the news. But I would like to have people to explain to me what is happening, Tarik, with Tarik. I want to stop and say thank you so much to Eva Lou for the $4.99 super chat. And I could have sworn that I saw another one pop up there. Yes, I did. Let me see if I can get to that. I'm going to come back, y'all. I promise I'll come back. The Aaron F $5 super chat. Thank you, boo. Does Tarik only own one shirt with sleeves? Love you, Auntie. Okay. And don't forget to hit that thumbs up button when you come into the room. There appears to be 300 people out here, and there are only 76 thumbs up. I don't know, if you all think that you have to pay for them or what it is, but you don't. It is absolutely free. And when you hit that thumbs up button, it lets me and TOC know. I mean, I'm sorry, me and YouTube know that you are here and that you care. Okay, so if you care, share that thumbs up. It's for your auntie. Come on now, I'm only one of the few people that do these live reviews with y'all to allow y'all to come out here, have a good time and a good conversation, and hear what your other cousins say. The least you could do is hit that thumbs up. Thank you so much for hitting that thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the phone line so that you all can tell me what the hell is going on with Tarik. I'm a little concerned because at the end of the day, Tarik, you know what I'm saying? I can relate to him like a brother. You know what I'm saying? I see this man. He wants to have love. He wants to bring this woman over here and he wants to take care of her and he wants love and he wants, to have a family, of his own. You know what I'm saying? He said, I'm on my own. How did it end this way? This wasn't how it was supposed to be. Okay, so, basically, I'm feeling for him. But I want to know, how many of y'all got the scoop on this situation? Let's talk about Tarik. Doesn't seem like from the last video that there's very much pillow talk going on anymore. Look like the pillows have been moved out the way. But he did give a disclosure and say, hey, we got clothes on. But they was kissing up something terrible, wasn't they? When we first saw Hazel, she was innocent as hell. Hey, Hazel ain't innocent no more. And I tell you what, she sure ain't at the temple praying. She's laying up in the bed, look like, on top of somebody, kissing and a hugging and a rubbing. Well, you better go to hell on, okay? You better go to hell on, okay? Hazel said, look, I got work and I got rent that gotta be paid. I gotta do what I got to do. She said, I ain't playing with y'all. I ain't taking no prisoners. I'm kissing, I'm hugging, and I'm rubbing. I'm calling your own auntie. I'm calling your own auntie. Cling, cling, cling. Call her. Okay. You call back when you get it together. Okay. So we're gonna call our boy Frank. And we're gonna see what Frank thinks about Tarik. Because Frank is one of those men, he, basically follows these stories and follows these people. So let's see what our friend Frank thinks about Tarik and what the hell is going on his Instagram page. Shall we? Yes, we shall.
Frank Rizzo's opinion service.
Okay. You better go to hello, Frank. Hey, Frank, it's Auntie.
Hi, Auntie.
How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for showing me the videos. I think I read between the lines as Tariq suggested we do, and I think I know what he's saying there.
Okay, what is he saying? What's going on? What the hell is going on with Tarik?
He's complaining that he doesn't like the way TLC is making him look.
Okay.
He's referring to TLC as the devil.
Okay.
And that he can't fight back. He can't say, this didn't happen, that didn't happen, this didn't happen, because he's under an NDA, non-disclosure agreement, and they will sue him if he does. So he has to be vague about it. So he can't say, screw you, TLC. He has to say, the devil will make a device to talk about you and your woman.
Okay.
So that's what that's about. Now, the other video with the kisses and all of that, that is, I'm thinking our boy Tariq here has very thin skin. And I believe that he's, heard what we said about him about the mountain of pillows between them in the bed, and how she doesn't seem to be interested in him and all that. So he felt like he needed to counteract that. So he puts out this video of him and her kissing and, carrying on like that. And don't forget, he could have turned the phone. So they might not have been in bed. They could have been sitting at a table. He just turned the phone sideways. And now all of a sudden it looks like she's laying on him or something. Anyway, so I think that's what's going on. I think this is his, passive aggressive way
Yeah.
of fighting back.
Okay.
This is the best he can do under the NDA.
And I saw a comment that he made on his Instagram, and I kind of thought that he was referring to me. But there's no way in the world that my channel is that popular and that he could have been talking about me. But he was giving compliments to another YouTube channel, which I support that YouTube channel as well. And he said, you're not loud and belligerent. Tarik, if you were talking about me, I'm loud and belligerent, and I love it. And I have thousands upon thousands upon thousands of subscribers who like it and love it too, damn it. So you know what?
Exactly. That's why we're here.
It is what it is. It is what it is. I ain't mad at him. I do understand. I kind of felt like that was his way of fighting back as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me find out you live at the damn railroad station.
Okay, I took some notes here on other things. Let me be your Philippine secret decoder ring. The room that you saw that Hazel shares with her parents is just that. It's a room in someone else's house, and that's a thing in the Philippines. Buy a big house or have one built even with lots of rooms in it and rent it out by the room.
Okay.
So yes, that was their house, and the bed is nylon covered mats that cover the floor. They're a little softer than what you used in gym class, but it's the same idea. They're stuffed. They're covered with nylon so that you could spill stuff on them or whatnot, and they don't get spoiled. But that's what's going on there. Now, I watched the church scene very closely, and right before they showed the 5 hours later, they showed a girl on the floor towards the left side, and there was a guy behind her like he was supporting her. And then they said 5 hours later, and then they showed it again, and it was basically the same scene. I think they were frauding.
Really?
I'm not saying. Yes, I have a weird ability to look at scenes and tell you when something happens like that. I'm the guy that notices that the clock on the wall changed between shots and stuff like that. So I have a pretty good eye for that stuff. And by the way, somebody said a couple of calls ago that I sound like Foghorn Leghorn. I thought that was hilarious, by the way. Okay. There was one point where it looked like one of the guys at the church had blood on his face. I think that was a piece of red foil, like confetti. Somebody had thrown confetti or something, and he had a piece of red foil on his cheek, and it looked like blood, but I don't think it was.
So you don't believe that Frank was in? So
go ahead.
You don't believe that Tarik was in a 6-hour service? You believe that TLC manipulated the film to look like it was 6 hours? What benefit would it be to TLC to do that?
They want. Hey, we're talking about it. They want controversy and people to talk about it. And there was a very quick shot where they showed the schedule for the church, and it looked like the normal services were an hour long. There was this one that was from 9 to 10. There was this one that was from 10 to 11. There was this one that was 11 to 12. So I looked at that and like, there's none of these here that are marked out for 6 hours. And, if they're doing one service that lasts 6 hours, are people coming and going during that 6 hours?
Okay.
Because it looked like all the same people were still there when they showed the 5 hours later that were there before.
Now, Nikki Floyd.
I'm not saying there's not some lunatic religion out there that'll have 6 hour services. I'm completely not saying that at all. It could have been possible, but it just looks fake to me.
Nikki Floyd in the comments is saying no. Hazel did say that it was 5 hours long.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, cousin Nikki. Okay. I'm really looking forward to. Well, I'm looking forward and I'm dreading Tariq's brother showing up.
Okay. Wow.
because it's completely possible that he shows up and he asks all the questions that we think should be asked, and it's also possible that he shows up, becomes the ugly American, and belittles Hazel and her family and her country and the way she lives and everything else. And much the same way, if you think back with Larry and Jenny, when they called Larry's cousin, who was married to a Filipino, that was a hatchet job if ever there was. There was no way Larry's cousin and his cousin's wife were going to be supportive of Jenny, because Jenny was prettier than cousin's wife. Jenny was skinnier than cousin's wife, and all of that. So they couldn't let that go. They had to be jealous. So they had to do their best to try to sabotage the relationship, because they can't have Larry having a hotter wife than
But
cousin.
isn't that what we like? Don't we like when the family comes in and has an opposing view? Don't we like that? I live for that.
Yeah. Well, I'm okay with it as long as he's not, belittling of her or her culture.
But
All
of them do. All of them do. So I don't understand. I think that we live for that when the family comes in, and I'm not saying it's right, Frank. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying we live for that extra drama of the family coming in and opposing these relationships. And sometimes,
and that's fine.
Okay, and sometimes they do bring up the culture, like Angela's daughters are saying, about the Nigerian men and their Nigerian, scam and stuff like that. So we, those are the kind of things that we kind of live for.
Well, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Well, plus you have me here as your Filipino secret decoder ring, so I can tell you what was stereotypical and what is true and what isn't true in situations like that. And one last thing, a couple of sessions ago, you said hotel, motel, Holiday Inn.
Okay.
Which I'm old school, Auntie. I got that. That was a reference to Rapper's Delight by the Sugar Hill Gang, the original rap song.
Yes.
So yeah, most of the time you say stuff, and I'm sitting on the other side of the screen nodding because I know where that came from. You were singing "Reunited" by Peaches and Herb. I was like, yeah, that song too.
Yes. But let me ask you something. What are they saying on Reddit about Tarik? How do they feel about Tarik on Reddit?
They feel that Hazel doesn't care about him. That he's a fool. That he's being played, and that he looks like Cleveland Brown. And somebody compared him to, I can't remember his name, on The Fresh Prince, Will Smith's nerdy cousin.
Colton?
I'm not sure. I don't remember the name.
His name was Colton.
But, Will Smith. Yeah, Will Smith's nerdy cousin that honestly seemed a little too white.
But you didn't think that he looked a little gangster in his videotape when he was talking through his teeth? He's like, yeah, the machine. And I think he seems to be a little bitter. He seems to be angry and bitter with TLC. And the thing about it is, Frank, as you know, I was offered to go on TLC and do this. They have got to read these mother contracts. When you read those contracts, they have control over your image and how you look. So how can you be mad?
Yeah.
You can't be mad. You signed the contract and agreed to it.
And Mark proved that you can't sue if you don't like it either, because you signed the contract. So yeah, you get Franken edits, where that's the actual term for it in the TV business, where they take two or more things that you said and paste them together to make you say something that you never said.
That you never
And they're
said.
allowed to do that. It's in the contract.
It is absolutely in the contract. And even when we interviewed with Ashley, there were things that Ashley did not do and things that Ashley wanted to clear up because, she was edited to look a certain way. And she wanted to clear it up. So I don't know if these mofos are not looking at the previous season or what I don't understand. Do your damn homework. And then you won't sit on
Yeah.
Instagram and be angry with people and think that people are demeaning you. I mean, hey, that's what it says in the contract. I mean, I don't know if I need
Right.
to take that little snippet of the contract and make it says it in the contract that you can be humiliated, you will be ridiculed. It says all of that stuff. And there's nothing you can do about it. You can't go back to TLC later on and say, I'm angry that you made me look like this. Bitch, they said that they're
Right. Yeah.
very
Yeah. We have
clear.
permission to. Yeah.
Exactly. The
And that's
contract
what.
is very clear.
The Tariq's comment that Muhammad was his hero, I think, is because of exactly what you said. When Muhammad walked out of I believe it was the annulment hearing.
Yes, it was.
Where he was filming himself. I think that Tariq sees that as strength. That was Muhammad taking control of the narrative. That he was no longer going to allow Sharp/TLC to cast him in a bad light. He was taking control of the way the public perceived of him, and that's why he's Tariq's hero. Auntie, I would like to do something, if it's okay with you. I would like to become your Reddit representative.
Absolutely.
I read everything over there anyway. If you want to know what people are saying about stuff, I'll take notes from now on, and I'll tell you what's being said about who, and I'm going to call in anyway. So,
and you can do a weekly review on Reddit. I would absolutely welcome that. I don't go to Reddit anymore because they don't like my ass over there.
Yeah, well, they think I'm hilarious, so I guess I'm in good standing there for that. But yeah, I'm going to read everything anyway. So I will. I'll give you. I'll make that a part of my.
Frank, up, Frank, Dick Frank. Oh Lord, y'all. I got to call Frank back. I accidentally hung up on Frank. Hold on, y'all. Let me get him back on the phone. I'm so sorry, Frank. Oh
my God. Wow.
Frank, I accidentally hung up on you. So you said you'll be my Reddit representative. You can come out every Thursday, and we can make sure that we allow you the space and the time to give us all of the Reddit information. Like I said, they don't particularly like Auntie over there. And I mean, hey, some people like me, some people don't. But so I stay the hell from over there. But I am curious to know what they are saying over there.
Yeah, I will take your temperature. I'll take the temperature over there and report back on the Thursday calls. And one thing I said before I realized that the phone was ringing, which meant you probably hung up, was that I wanted to thank you for not talking about Darcy and Jesse or Paul and Carini, because everybody is generally in unison with the, oh my God, can they just please go away already? We don't care.
But let me ask you something. What happened? What do you believe happened to the other couple that was supposed to be on the air?
Oh, yeah, I read about it. She was a stripper. Her man was in, a North African country, and she was going to go down, and they were going to film all that. Well, she violated a restraining order and got arrested, and because of that, she can't leave the country.
What?
So they were going to, yes, they're on Reddit. They had actual copies of her of the arrest records and all that good stuff. Yeah, she got arrested. She couldn't go. They were going to try to work around it, and follow her life or whatnot as she dealt with her court stuff, and then she would end up eventually going. But the problem is that the picture of her man that she had, somebody Googled, and he's a model from Tunisia or something, and her man wasn't from Tunisia. So she was completely catfished.
What?
Yeah, she got the double whammy. Not only did she get arrested, but that she found out that the guy she had been talking to that sent her pictures was sending her pictures from some male model from Tunisia or something like that. It was not the man that she thought it was going to be. So, yeah, how's that for that would have been Ricky to the extreme there. That would have been what we all wanted when Ricky showed up and then find out that it's not actually the person he'd been talking to, it was somebody else.
Well, Ricky ain't even Ricky's not even the person that he's been talking to.
Yeah, well, I think the whole Ricky thing was fake. I think he wanted to go to Colombia to meet whoever this ex-girl is, and they were too boring. So they said, Ricky, we can't do this. You guys are too boring. You get along too well. And he said, well, I'm talking to this other girl, and she's really attractive. What if I meet her and we make it look like I was catfished? And they said, oh, yeah, we could work with that. And he says, I don't care so long as I get to meet this ex-girl at the end. I think that either TLC cooked it up or he cooked it up. But, either that or he's just a complete moron, which I won't rule out, admittedly.
I'm not going to
he could have been on Colombian Cupid chatting up every girl on there. And when Melissa fell through, he just went, okay, that was number one. Okay, who's number two on the list? Hey, remember me? We chatted on Colombian Cupid.
Well, I tell you what, I thank you so much, and I look forward to partnering with you and with the team over there at Reddit. Because I'm gonna tell you one thing: them some damn investigators over there. If they want to find out something about your ass, there's nothing.
Yes, it is shocking how good some of those people are at finding out stuff.
Yes, and there's 2 YouTubers that I wanted to shout out. I'm gonna shout their channel out tonight because I go over there and I watch them and I enjoy their podcast, and I just cannot remember their names, but I will make sure I get it tonight. And I know that they're both of them are Reddit people, but I really enjoy them.
Yeah, and we, you're doing a good thing when John calls you the C word, which he called one of the moderators of the 90-Day Fiancé group, because of her investigative skills and the stuff that she had found out about him.
Who called her that?
John. Lumberjack John with the Keebler elf. Called her name's Katie _not_.
Oh,
home.
That's my girl.
Katie Holmes, Katie not home. And he posted something on Twitter or Instagram calling her the C word because of the stuff that she had found out about him during doing routine investigative work.
That is my girl. I love Katie Not Holmes. I love her.
Yes.
I love her.
Called her the C word. Yes.
Oh my God. He better leave her the hell alone. and they sit right here. Miranda found them for me. It's the Nation of Recap. I love them. And I know that they're both heavy Reddit guys. So if you all get an opportunity, go and visit their site. Again, it's Nation of Recap. It's 2 guys, and sometimes they have a special guest on, and your auntie goes over there and does a peekaboo. And I absolutely love them, and I would recommend them.
Okay, well, I'll take off and let my other cousins call in, and I'll have an update for you on what the world thinks of our favorite couples next Thursday, Auntie.
Thank you so much. Love you, Frank.
Love you, Auntie.
All right.
See you guys next week.
Bye-bye. Yes, that is the name of the group. Now, isn't that something that they did? I don't know why it shocks me to know that TLC is that involved in people's stories. These people are crazy enough all by themselves. They don't need to be prompted and told what to do or, adding extra thing in. They're already crazy mofos. This is what we love about it. And the thing I love about the show is that, it's authentic. These are real people. Even with Paul and Kareem, who we're not going to talk about long, everybody already knows that her ass is pregnant, and we already know that Paul is married to her. We see the ring on, the ring off, the ring on, the ring off. I saw him last year um interviewing with a YouTuber, and he had a wedding ring on, and then when he came back he took it off, but the YouTuber didn't even know to edit it out, allegedly. So it's just like, come on, who you playing with? We see Karini in the grocery store shopping, with Paul. She's tired and she's sleepy and all this kind of stuff. And her little stomach looked like it's protruding in her little blue dress. And they tried to cover her stomach up with a card. Come on, let the damn stories play out the way that they are. We don't need you, TLC, to manipulate the stories. And I know that maybe some people need to be prompted, but damn, let it be authentic. When this stuff starts being scripted and it's not authentic anymore, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to stop reviewing it, because that's the thing that I loved about it. I loved seeing Paul running down and being in a valley of leeches. I loved all of that stuff. We want this stuff to be authentic. We don't need nothing fake. For what? For what? They're crazy enough. Anytime you make a decision to go over and you sitting in somebody's damn bedroom and you looking like the Jolly Green Giant, and if in the church, you in the church service, and then people are, doing all this kind of stuff, that's enough for us. That's enough for us. You ain't gonna exaggerate, TOC, and say that it was 6 hours. I find it hard to believe that it wasn't 6 hours, but maybe it wasn't. But I'm just saying, we don't need all the added stuff. We just need these people to be, authentic. We need their stories to play out. We're very interested in it. And we don't have, oh my God, the phone lines are open. The number is 240-986-1536. Again, that number is 240-986-1536. I tell you, we just, come on. This is my girl, Dr.
Hey, Auntie. Hey, cousin. How are you?
I miss you.
Hey, twinkling, twinkling, twinkling. Hey, long time. Hey, Auntie.
Hey, boo.
What's up?
Hey, nothing.
Hey, Auntie. Yes, I've been watching. And I want to say my condolences also. I just saw your video about your friend passing away. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, thank you.
She rest in peace.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I just wanted to point out about this show. I think I want to point out about Hazel. If she's as religious and faithful as she says she is, why is she acting as if God doesn't have a plan for her already? Because for her to say that her only hope, her only like a savior will be Tarik, I think that's actually taking is taking credit away from what God has in store for her. And I just think that if she really wants to stay faithful, she should believe that God will make a way for her and her family.
Right, and not put her trust in a man.
Right, don't you agree?
Yes, because she put her trust in Tarik. And she needs to be putting her trust in God's ability to bless her, to prosper her, and all of that kind of stuff. I agree.
Yeah, and I just think it's really degrading to feel that you have to sleep with someone or fake that you're interested or attracted to someone because you think that they are the gateway to your success. So I just find that really, and someone may say, well, who are you to say that? But I just think that, I think God blesses everybody everywhere around the world, not just in America or the quote unquote Western countries. And I also want to say, I think Tarik is very, very foolish. And I think as we see with these issues in the news with these men killing women and procreating when they're not ready and acting like the women and men acting like they don't have control over their bodies and their future. I don't think financially it'll be, if he has an autistic daughter that he's taking care of by himself, I don't think it's worth it for him to marry someone who clearly is not really invested in him. If he were to die today, I mean, God forbid, and he leaves this this woman is legally his wife, and he has this child in her hands. How can he secure that this child is going to have a good future? I think it's more an investment for him to stay single and also find someone, like I mentioned before, equally yoked. I think financially, men and women should find someone in their same category, and also make better financial decisions. Because that little girl that he has, who knows the spectrum of her autism or the extent, I think that he needs to be worried about his daughter's future and not be so invested. I mean, making these silly videos, and it's just lustful. Everything he's talking about is like how beautiful she is, and of course, every beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But at his age, I think he should be more focused on other things, and he has very superficial reasons to why this woman is who she is, and it's very clear. He's feeling very embarrassed by what she said, and maybe she's manipulated him to think that what she said on camera, she was forced to say it. Like, I think he's in big denial about what she said about him being chubby and other things, like she's not really that attracted to him and all this kind of stuff. I think he's very embarrassed, and so he's passive, like Frank said, he's passive aggressively, trying to make these silly videos when he should be taking care of his kids. If anything, this whole season has been nothing but bad parents, and I just think it's just really disgusting. I don't even find it funny anymore, because these children have these parents that are quick to lead and quick to bring people they don't know into their homes, and so consumed with attention and sex. They're all sex driven, over sex, and it's really disgusting. I'm just really disgusted with all of them. They're bringing these strangers in their home that more than likely do not have their interest in heart. So anyway, that's all I wanted to say. I just think that they're just really disgusting, and I think that Tariq really needs to focus on his daughter. I mean, I understand people have to live their life, but when you choose to be a parent, you should try to make better decisions and really secure the future of the child. He has to worry, God willing, his daughter's going to go to college and all that stuff. Like, why don't you try to secure your future for your wife instead of trying to cape? And then there's all these educated and smart and good women that would genuinely love him in the United States. Why are you sitting here trying to be a Captain Save-A-Hole and cape for all these folks? You know what? So that's all I have to say.
What, Dr. Lovey? But you know what, Dr. Lovey? Two things that you said. Mm-hmm. Two things. The first thing is, if you go to his Instagram page, there's a picture of her. And I don't know if you saw, but there's a picture of her with no makeup on.
No, I haven't seen it.
But she has all these filters on, she has all these filters on her face. And he's saying, yeah, women are hating on you. You're beautiful and all of that kind of stuff. You Angela Jolie. So he has another picture of her where it's her at the top and Angela Jolie at the bottom, trying to make a comparison between the two. But he's like, yeah, y'all hating, all these women out here hating against her because she's beautiful and her hair is real, and this knick-knack paddywhack, give a dog a ball. And I say, well, bitch, that don't have anything to do with you having a dime piece on, or a woman that you think is beautiful doesn't do anything for your image. Zero for your image.
It really doesn't, and
it makes him look bad, because I don't know if he's trying to say that sisters are not beautiful or that the sisters are hating against this. Why would we hate against another woman? Now, there are some women who we hate within our own, but you want to take her and compare her to an African American woman and say that African will imply that African American women are mad because she has long. I had long hair before I cut it, and you have very long hair. What are you trying to say? That I couldn't get it, and I couldn't get with it. And I said, you have to have very low self-esteem in order to tear somebody down, to make somebody else look good. And I don't know if he was directing it to the sisters, but that's how it felt to me. The second thing that you were saying, go ahead.
No, please. The second thing.
Second thing
sorry.
that you were
You know,
saying,
you got me so excited.
The second thing that you were saying, I absolutely agree with too, because I look at Rachel and John, and Rachel picks up and goes over there, and this man sitting here telling you, I didn't have a good relationship with my dad, and I don't want the baby to call me daddy because I'm not her daddy. Then she gives him the baby. Soon as baby Lucy starts, he gives baby Lucy back. Baby Lucy is making baby noises. She's only 4 months old. That. And she said, Dada. Bitch, he just told you that he doesn't want the baby to call him Dada. And you're going to try to throw parenthood on him and say that you're hoping that 2 weeks is enough time for him to adjust to the baby. It took me 30 days to make an adjustment to my daughter who came out of my womb. I birthed her.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? So connection doesn't happen. Yes, she was my child. Yes, I loved her. Yes, I knew she was mine. Yes, I carried her for 8 months. Yeah, all of that. But even when she came out and I birthed her, I didn't know how to connect to this baby. I knew this was my responsibility. I knew that I loved her. But it takes a while to step into, live in motherhood. It is not something that comes instantly. Yes, while you're pregnant, you're going through that paternity, you're getting those juices flowing, and you're like, okay, I've got a baby in me, and you start nesting, which is what women do. And so after you have that baby, a lot of women have postpartum depression. A lot of women are suicidal. A lot of women don't connect to those children instantly, and the pressure of being a mother and a father is a lot, and it takes, if we're really honest with ourselves, it takes a lot to learn how to love that baby the way that it is, and know and step into that responsibility. And you want him to do that in 2 weeks, and the baby is over there cooing, making baby noises, and you say that the baby called you daddy. Bitch, are you delusional? Is she crazy?
Yeah, exactly.
So I agree with what you're saying.
Yes, I totally agree, and you really hit it on the nail. Are you still there, Auntie?
I'm still here. I'm just pissed.
Oh yeah, I totally agree. I think what you said was on point. And the first thing that you said about him, I totally believe he's targeting African American women, particularly because people have the tendency, if you have any opposing opinion about someone, all of a sudden you're quote unquote a hater or you're jealous. And I think he's basically trying to insult Black women. And I think the funny thing about it is that I don't know if he's aware of the history of the Negritos in the Philippines, and just the history of Philippines being a very adverse mixture of different kind of cultures. They do have some African cultures, and the things that he's calling Angelina Jolie, I would like to say it's actually stereotypical attributes to the African phenotype. So, I mean, not saying that, of course, all African women or women of African descent have these features, but what he's glorifying is actually what I would think is African features. And I think he is trying to insult Black women, and if he is actually directing his comments towards you, I would like to also say that I think he has some misogynistic, hateful, things. Probably he may have been rejected by African American women in the past, and he may have some kind of disdain for them. And I'm just really disgusted, and I think he just lusting after this woman. And I think if he does bring her over here, he should refer back to this video, because when he starts wondering why his life is the way it is, he'll have these videos to reflect back on, because he's absolutely making a mistake. He needs to focus on his child and find a woman. There's so many educated women that can love him for him, that can be add to his household instead of take away. And he's quite embarrassed, and shame on him.
Shame on him, Dr. Lovey. Shame on him.
Shame on him.
And
Mhm.
I mean,
Yes,
he just
yes.
sends out them subliminal messages. Say what you gotta say. Be bold enough
Exactly.
to say.
Yes.
If you don't like what I say out here on this YT, guess what? It's a whole lot of people who get in line that don't like what I say. But if you're going to talk about me, just flat out. And I'm not saying that he was. I'm not saying that he was. I'm just saying, when I read between the lines, I was like, you don't have to tear one person down in order to make in order to compliment somebody else. Because you know what was
Exactly.
what's your taste is your taste, and you don't have to say, yeah, she don't have on makeup, she don't have on this, to say that she's beautiful. We look at her and she is a beautiful girl. She's a beautiful girl, but that doesn't take away from another woman's beauty. And I don't know why we want to make this thing about race, because it's not about race.
Yeah.
It really isn't. At the end of the day, we all bleed the same blood. And I don't know when we're going to get that. We are all the same people. Our skin colors are different. We come from different regions of the world. But at the end of the day, we are all the human race. And when we learn how to love each other and respect each other's cultures and each other's skin tones, each other's religions, I just, this world will be such a better place.
Yeah.
But when you have people
Yeah. You
like
know, and
him, go ahead.
Oh, I'm so
Go
sorry.
ahead.
Go ahead. I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
No,
Please,
go ahead,
please.
Dr. Lovey.
Enlighten us.
Go ahead, Dr. Lovey.
No, please. Oh, I'm so sorry. I was just going to say that I think that I agree. And I just want to say, I think that the social media, like, people are so obsessed with this hair. If you don't have it, if you can achieve it, you can weave it. If it's that big of a deal for you, do something about it. But that doesn't make anyone a better person. I'm tired of the people getting excited over these quote unquote early relationships. It's too much fetishizing on YouTube and on social media. He thinks he's doing something brand new, something exotic, and I just think that this filtering, this trying to portray yourself as something on social media, I don't think these people are really happy. They're clearly obsessed with social media. This Tarik, I'm sure now that he's on TV, I'm sure he's clearly upset. He's probably one of your nephews on this channel right now, looking and seeing what people have to say, and he's just being insecure. And I think it's a punk ass move for him to make these videos. Call it out. Call it out, Tarik. Who are you talking about?
Who are you talking
Are
about?
you talking about? Are you talking about who's the devil? I mean, if you're such a man, you're trying to be some 90s R&B / hip hop gangster. Be a man and say it like it is. Just call your punk ass out for what you are.
Exactly.
And stop this stuff. It's just ridiculous.
At least Muhammad had enough guts to get up in their face and cuss them out in the hotel, put them out of his hotel, tell them what he's not going to do, what he is going to do, and he called them out by name, TLC. Muhammad did not. He didn't mince words. And one thing about me is, when I had the opportunity, and I got some flack back for it. I had the opportunity before a whole lot of people had the opportunity, before they even knew about the show, to do the show. And I did not do the show.
Exactly.
And the thing about it is, I can stand in my truth. I don't have to bring receipts. I don't have to prove anything. I can stand in my truth. And so when we sell ourselves out, when you sell yourself out for a nickel and for a dime, you can't be mad at someone else because you did not take the documentation, take it to a viable lawyer, not a shiesty lawyer, but a viable lawyer, and say, I need you to read over this. Exactly. Now you mad, and you sitting up there talking about the devil, the machine. Well, you didn't do your homework, boo. So you can't be mad about somebody, and then you sit out there and say, I'm not scared. Well, sound like you're scared to me because you're talking, you're talking in code. Exactly. If you're not scared, go ahead and say what you have to say. And that's why I showed the video, so that you could see, so that everybody could see it for themselves, what he said. I'm not gonna mince his words or anything like that. And I can also show the screenshot of what he said because I just was like, okay, is he trying to shade? Is he? I've been around here for a while, boo. Before I've been doing 90 days before you even thought to apply for the show. Don't go there with me. Don't. I'm telling you, don't
go there. Yeah,
because we can go there.
Exactly. Yeah, he's so tired, and I'm just it's so disgusting. These parents, they just the bad parent show, and that's what most of these people are, bad parents. Bad parents and the fetish show. That's exactly what they are. All of them, they all have some kind of, they're all most of them are getting off with the idea of taking advantage of someone who they know wants to be in America and using that. They're not millionaires in the United States, so they go out of the country where they think they have more value to manipulate, molest, and take advantage of their so-called lovers. So,
and you know what the thing
anyway,
about
thank
it
you
is,
so much, Auntie.
I'm sorry. You love you, boo. Love you so much, Doctor.
No, you're gonna. Thank you, Auntie. You were gonna say something. I totally cut you off. I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's fine.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Love
Auntie.
you, boo.
Hi, cousins, and have a good evening. Love you.
Love you.
Bye-bye. Bye.
And I know that a lot of people don't like what Frank said about Angela. When he called in and he, used the WT word and all of that kind of stuff. That's Frank's way of communicating. We all have a different way of communicating. And if I'm not, if he wasn't talking to me, then you know what, Tarik, I apologize. But and I didn't really say he was. I said I think he was, or at least I'm hoping that I said that I think he was, because I think he was talking about me. But I can't be sure that he was. But the thing about it is, you don't have to do that. And the thing about it is, I don't know why people think that all African American women, when they have long hair, that it's weave. We can grow hair too. I've had long hair all my life. I got tired of long hair. I got tired of permanent, and I cut it short. And there is freedom in that for me. So for when you go out there and you put little pictures out there, and you being shaded in a mofo, and you think that it's passing by everybody. It's not passing by. We see your subliminal message. But at the end of the day, if you're not scared of the machine, say what the hell you got to say. Hi, calling you on with Auntie.
Hi, Auntie. It's Tariq.
Sharice, something's going on with your phone, boo.
Oh, you can't hear me?
It's real It's vibrating. Like, am I on a speakerphone or? Can you hear?
I took it off speakerphone now. I can hear you.
Yeah, for some reason it's really vibrating. Like, you want to try it one more time?
Oh, is it?
Hang up and I'll call you right back.
I'll try again.
Hang up, I'm gonna call you back.
Okay.
Yeah, say what you gotta say, mofo. Say what you gotta say. I didn't even think I would go down this line, but you know what? And I need to show y'all that. Angel D, the call-in number is 240-986-1536.
Jet customer you have called is unavailable to take your call. Please leave a message after.
Okay, I tried to call you back, love. I tried. Okay, there you go. Hi, calling you on with Auntie.
It's me again. Hi.
That's much better.
Can you hear me this time?
Perfect. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to say that I've been watching 90 Day Fiancé from the beginning, like the first season.
Okay.
And there's always been a Filipino girl, like every season.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the men love these women, and the women, they see it more as a ticket out of their country.
Okay.
They learn to love them. They see it as, I'll learn to love them and make it work.
Okay.
And the men are just all caught up in how beautiful they are and how young they are. There was one season, they had a 19-year-old Filipino girl with a 53-year-old American.
Wasn't that horrible? Oh my God, that was horrible.
Do you remember that one?
Yes, I don't even know if they're still together.
I don't know. That was terrible.
Yeah, because
they just feel like they're going to learn to love these men, but these men are all caught up in the beauty and the youngness of it all.
Yeah.
And that's what I find really sad. I mean, good on them that they can learn to love the men. That's their thing, and that's fine with it's fine. But these men they just get really carried away with the age and the size.
They do. I don't know what that is, and I have some friends who are Filipinos, and you know what? We all the same. We're all the same. They're no different from me. And they're not caught up into their beauty. I'm not caught up in. We're just people who love each other, who like each other, who have dinner together. And I don't look at them and say, "Oh, she's Filipino. She's different than me," or "Here's different." I don't. They're my friends. And so it's like when
Tarik got it all wrong.
Right, but when they go out and they look at them, it's like, "Oh, I've got something different." No, we all women. We all have the same body.
Exactly.
We, and beauty, like I said, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I think that you should be able to date who you want to date. I don't have a problem with that. But when you tear one person down or one race down in order to lift up somebody else, that's when I got an issue with it. I have an
That's
issue
right.
with that.
And you have this fetish thing going on. That ain't cool.
Right. And and now it looks like a fetish. But then you mad at TLC because you said they didn't. What are you mad for, boy?
He ain't right. Something's wrong with that boy.
Have you been on?
And that's why his brother has to come meet him.
And his brother is gonna set the record straight. He's gonna set it off.
That's right.
And I can't wait for him to set it off.
Anyway, I'm gonna let my other cousins call, and I just wanted to say that it just gets really sad when it becomes a fetish. Because these women they learn to love them and make it work in the U.S.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for calling in.
Have a good night. I love you.
I love you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. I done went on a rant because I don't like it. And I just think that, when you decide to do reality TV, you don't know how they gonna make you look. You better read the contract, bitch. Hi, you're on with Auntie.
Hey, Auntie, this is Angel D from Chicago.
Hi, sweetie. How are you?
Good. So listen, here's my problem with Tarik. He can't take the heat. Bottom line. He opened himself up. Like you said, it's all about that paperwork, right? He signed his paperwork, opening himself up to this scrutiny, and now he can't take it. And he wants to call himself going on a rampage, calling people the devil. Like, boy, sit down. Are you serious? This is crazy. He can't take the heat, period. If he wanted to control his own image, he should have put himself out there like everybody do that want to control their own image. Like, you get your own YouTube channel. You want to be a little rapper or whatever. Okay, you gotta open yourself up to, publicity, and you have to control the way. Now you can't even say nothing. Like, how you want to be a rapper and you can't even say what you want to say? That's crazy.
Exactly.
He just cannot take the heat. He can't take the heat. And so he want to call himself snapping on anybody. He just really needs to sit down. I mean, this is ridiculous.
It absolutely is ridiculous. And I'm just, and then he's talking about he's Anthony Bourdain. I'm like, what the? You've been in 2 places and now you Anthony Bourdain? Get your own identity, young. Come on.
Exactly.
Like he loves to lose his black
He's
card.
gonna just he's gonna be a 90 Day Fiance rapper. I mean, what are you even talking about? This dude is just ridiculous. He really just can't take the heat. If you can't take the heat, you shouldn't have signed that paperwork. Bottom line.
Bottom line. And let me tell you something. I've had an opportunity to talk to the staff over at TLC. I think they're very nice. I mean, I think they're very nice. They're making television, and you cannot blame them for what's happening to you or your image when they told you we got control over your image. If you wanted your image, tell your story another way. Like you said, there's a couple of guys that are on YouTube that go out of the country and they dating different women and stuff like that, and they tell their stories on YouTube. They have an audience. They have an audience. There are people who watch them and they follow them faithfully. They have a big audience.
Exactly.
Tell your story the way you want to tell your story, but you allow TLC to tell your story for a little bit of that.
He wanted to take the easy route.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I can't take all this, snapping on everybody, but listen to my whack ass rap lyrics while you watching. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just ridiculous.
Exactly.
Like, he's snapping on everybody, but go ahead and listen to my little whack video real quick while you watching. Like, he's trying to get the publicity, but he don't want it at the same time. And you just gotta pick what are you gonna do and stick with it and stand on that. Don't just start snapping on people because you don't like the outcome.
And you have to hold out for exactly. If he wanted to be, he needed to hold out for the right deal to come along. The right deal will come along.
Right.
And let me tell you something.
Right.
I did not do the show with TLC on the 8th of July. But let me tell you something. If another opportunity comes along with TLC and it's the right opportunity, I'm going to sign on the dotted line. This just wasn't the right opportunity for me. And it was just, wasn't ethical for me to do it and to sign it at that way. But guess what? You never know what happens in life. The doors are always open as far as I'm concerned. And so it is what it is. He could have waited for another.
Yeah, you gotta wait. Like you didn't just jump at any opportunity. You gotta wait until you do what's comfortable for you. Otherwise, you may have regretted it. I'm sure you made the right decision. I hope that works out for you because all of us, we're gonna just be like, it's so excited. That'll be great.
Right, and the thing about it is, Muhammad used the show to his advantage. He got that damn divorce. He didn't get an annulment from Danielle. He got a divorce from Danielle. And Danielle, to this day, is still trying to hunt his ass down to, get her sex tonight. But she didn't get her sex tonight, and she will never get her sex out of Muhammad. And right now, he's living in Texas, living his best damn life. He said, I'm living my best life. I ain't going back to F with you, okay? He's living his best life.
Exactly. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get off here and let other people call in, but it was great talking to you guys.
You too. Love you.
All right. Love you too, Auntie.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. He said, I'm living my best life. I ain't going back to F with you ninjas. I'm living my best life. Oh, okay. Muhammad is doing Muhammad. Tariq, it's time for you to do Tarik. Hi, calling you on with Auntie.
Hi, Auntie.
Hi, you got to turn me down in the background.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Auntie. How are you?
I'm fine. Who is this?
Hi, Auntie. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you? Who is this?
It's Simone calling, Auntie.
I knew it was Simone. Hey, boo.
I hope you saw that. I hope you saw the message. I'm sorry I'm late. I've been at St. Jude's with my daughter.
Yes.
So I missed everything basically. And I apologize for being late because this is one of my guilty pleasures that I enjoy your show. I was calling in because I'm a little behind. So I know we're talking about Tariq. Is there anything in particular we're talking about Tariq?
No, you say whatever you want to say about Tariq.
Well, what I would like to say about Tariq is I haven't seen any of his posts or anything, but I have seen lately in the blogs and different things, him and Hazel is trying to really ham it up and portray themselves as a happy couple because they did a whole story on her saying that she was his meal ticket. That was one day I saw the story. Then the next day came out, it was a picture with her hugged up next to him saying how much she loved him. And she wasn't saying that he was her meal ticket out of the Philippines. She was just saying that she was poor and she just needed, he was going to help her get out. No one offered to help her ever get out of the Philippines.
We heard what the hell you said, Hazel.
Exactly.
So what's she trying to take it back? She trying to say that is she trying to take it back and say that's not what she meant?
Yeah, that's what she's trying to say, Space now. Instead of, she just got basically caught with mouth and the foot itis, basically. So now she's trying to cover it up because you said it on national TV where everybody saw what you said. I mean, they actually wrote a story saying, Hazel says that Tarik is her way out. And like I said, my guilty pleasure show, so I belong to a Facebook group. And those women were sitting there saying that. And then I felt a lot of those women in the group are kind of biased as well because they were all just putting down Tarik, which, trust me, I'm not a Tarik fan. I think the man is slow and I think he's delusional. But Hazel's no angel either. So I think both of them are just as delusional as can be. And she did say, let me correct this. If she wanted to be with somebody to just get her out of the country, she would have picked somebody that was much more money and was richer than him.
Where are the receipts? That's all I got to say.
I'm sorry.
I said, where are her receipts that she had all these?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. Where are these men that were chasing after? That's what I want to know also.
Where are the receipts? Now, I ain't going to say that a couple of men didn't go up in there and go over there and go, you know what I'm saying, and go ham on her. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that Tarik the only one bringing her tail back. Because the brother did say that she was living with a man. So I do believe that there probably was somebody over there that she was messing with. She's a religious girl. She is 25? And she is a 5-year-old. And she is a 5-year-old. So we know she's not that religious. Okay. We already figured that out because you're not married and you had a baby without a husband. So you're not that religious. So you're trying to get your baby back. And you're saying now that you had your choice of men. Okay. All right, Hazel. Show receipts for all these choices of men that you had. Now, I'm not saying that they didn't come over and spend a little bit of money on you when you were over there, when they were over there. I don't deny that. But as far as bringing you over there, you said out of your own mouth. See, that's the thing about it. Maya Angelou has a thing that says, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. Hazel has shown us who she is, but we don't want to believe who Hazel is. We want to believe that, hey, the Hazel that said she wanted pillows between them. She wanted to make sure that he married her, that he is her ticket out of there. We don't believe that about Hazel. We believe, oh, Hazel's a poor girl. Or Hazel she loved him and she wants a better life. And how do we make this stuff up in our minds? Hazel said what it was. She just, you know what, Simone?
I agree. I just feel that everybody's, she was so blunt up front, and that makes her a fantastic person because she was blunt up front. It doesn't make her fantastic for what she said. And then, like I said the last time I called in, it upsets me when I hear people, she's just a poor girl, she wants a way out. Well, Hazel got to get a damn job and wants her way out just like everybody else. I mean, I'm sorry. It's poor people in the United States that got to go to work every day who work for little. I mean, she really laid it on thick. I work every day. I work 10 hours and I don't bring home any much money. How do you think somebody who works at fast food feels?
Exactly.
It's the same way here.
That's right.
Same way here. So right. I'm not a sympathetic person to Hazel. Her story means nothing to me. But what really upset me was in the last post that we did. You had the last conversation, and you went up when I said that people weren't sympathetic to Abby, and you said thank you. I still read your comments, and it kind of upset me. People were saying, but Abby wasn't poor because she was scamming Chris and Sean. Abby, that doesn't take away the fact Abby wasn't poor.
Right.
She still was poor. If she didn't have Chris or Sean, she wouldn't have what she had. But Abby was no damn dummy. Abby sat there and decided she was going to do something with herself. She started, she was going to sleep with Daddy Warbuck. She was going to make the best of it.
And she got her a car and everything else out the deal. And she was selling drawers and clothes. And she's still selling drawers and clothes.
And that's exactly what I'm saying. That's how I feel. So to say he furnished her lifestyle, so what?
So what?
I mean, that still doesn't take away that the girl is poor. It didn't take away that her parents were poor. It just takes away that she had enough sense to do what she was going to do so she could get herself out of that situation. And you always laugh when you say washing up the collard greens and everything. She didn't wash up in whatever she had to do to get her to make herself better. And she was in school. Let's not even forget that.
And
she was in school.
And guess what? She dropped both of them. Both of them. She didn't even come over here to the United States for the green card to manipulate it. She dropped both their asses. She dropped Chris and she dropped Sean.
Sure did.
Yes, she did.
And lives in the DR. And I think she lives in the DR now.
And she's still selling clothes because I follow her ass. She's still selling clothes and doing all of that. And that's right, Frank. She's got a new man to boot. So guess what? Abby made it do what it do. And that's what we do as women. Smart women. We make it do what it do. Because let me tell you something. Some women got to make it. They got to do it on their backs. That's how they feel like they got to make it. That's how they feel like got to make it. Ain't no judgment here. You ain't going to get no judgment from me.
Not for me either.
That wasn't
not for me either.
That wasn't my route. But if that's your route, do what it do, boo. Do what it do.
So I did want to call in. I wanted to say that because I saw that and I just thought that was very judgmental to say, well, Abby wasn't poor like Hazel because Abby had Chris and Sean. No, Abby just is smarter than Hazel. Let's just make that very clear. Hazel don't know how to get that money from Tarik yet. Tarik said he was a very established real estate agent, which he looks so goofy. That's very hard to believe. And then he said something else that he does that's successful.
Well, I've seen some pictures of him as a realtor, and he is a realtor.
He is, okay. See, I don't follow him because he's not my cup of tea.
He's not my cup of tea either. I was calling because I was following
that brother. That's who I want to follow, the brother. The brother is right up my alley. That's who I want to follow.
He is right up my alley. I thank you, Simone, because you be keeping it all the way 100 out here on this channel. And that's what you can do. That's what everybody can do. And I want it to be an atmosphere where you can do that. And you know what? I see that a lot of people have been giving her a pass. And I'm like, why? Why did she get a pass?
Because she lives in the Philippines and she's poor. And I thank you for saying that. And I do want to say one of the things. Me and this one lady on one of the pages got into a debate because my aunt is Filipino and my uncle is Black. He married her years ago.
Okay.
I don't know how he met her. I believe he was in the military and he met her. And my uncle and my aunt, Marissa, has been married almost 25 years. They've been married for a long time. And she was saying how white men do fetishize Asian women.
Oh.
She said, and I'm not saying there's no Black men that don't either. But she was saying that when she was younger, they would come over there in the military. They would buy them drinks. They would and those women would be so desperate to get out of the Philippines that they would take whatever, fat, bald, whatever. We see that case with Annie and David. Come on now.
Well,
David ain't a looker to no one.
I don't know because I know two of my girlfriends, both of their fathers are African American and they Filipinos.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, but her and her sister are both married to Black men.
Okay.
And she was saying that when she married my uncle, people thought that was strange because normally they're married to white men. And I have a very good friend, Laura, on my Facebook page. I went to high school and her husband's Black. And the lady was telling me in the group that I'm in, she said, oh, no, those people look down I was married to a Filipino man, and they look down on African American men. And I said, that is not true, because my uncle went to the Philippines, and he said those people treated him very well when he was there. He said, I don't know if they thought I was Dr. J or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He said, I don't know. He said, because he was tall and he looked like a basketball player. And they thought he played basketball. But he said they were very good. He said he didn't experience any racism in the Philippines. And I was looking at some guy on YouTube who's a black man and lives in the Philippines. And he has, I think, a black girlfriend. A Filipino girlfriend as well. And he was saying the same thing. He does not. That's why he likes being over there. He doesn't experience racism.
And that's the thing about it. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand this racism, these preconceived notions, these stereotypes, and all of that. I tried to stay away from that. Especially, I had someone to reach out to me on the or in my Gmail account at aunties2cent@gmail. And she was like, Auntie, why does it go to this racism? Why does it go to politics? Why does it go to this? And I told her, I said, because a lot of people talk out of their own experiences. And everybody has experienced things differently. And so I like for this to be an open forum. And I don't want to control what people now talking about their religion and all the stuff that people allege that they do. I was not going to allow that tonight. But I think that people talk from their own experiences, especially when you have somebody like Frank, who was basically is married to a Filipino woman. He sees it differently. So when he has a bias towards it, guess what? You can understand it. And so when somebody else calls, I've had other people that have called and they were Nigerian and they have an affection towards Michael or whatever. I'm just here. I'm the middle person. I'm the person that allows everybody to say what they want to say and to speak their mind. I don't really take a position on any of it because let me tell you something. I don't have time for it. I don't have time to put people in boxes. I don't have time to discriminate against somebody based on their race, their color, their creed, their religion, their ethnic background, their disability. I don't have time to do that. People are people. We all are the same. And that's how I feel about it. But I'm not going to stop somebody from saying what they say. And I'm just going to challenge you to maybe think about it another way. And that's what I think that really made me angry about Tarik is that you don't have to. This girl is beautiful. She's Filipino. She is absolutely stunning. And I think she would be even stunning if she had short hair. And beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But when you tear down,
because I don't think she's all that cute. To me, I'm sorry, she just looks like a basic woman. She's not, to me, beautiful. I don't think she's beautiful. That's just my personal opinion. But she's okay. She wouldn't be nobody I would think ugly or anything like that. But I don't think she's just so beautiful either. I don't.
Yeah, but you know what my whole thing about it is he doesn't have to tear down another race of people in order to say that she's beautiful. Just say she's beautiful. That's all you.
So he tore down another race?
Girl, bye. Yes. Well, allegedly. In my opinion.
Okay.
I did.
Where do I see it at? I want to see this. I've been at the hospital with my baby, so I haven't been in the loop. So
it's on his Instagram. How's your baby? Your baby doing good?
Okay.
Good report.
She is, and thank you so much for praying for us.
Yeah.
And all the cousins who prayed for her. Thank you so much.
We love
her tumor has stayed and it hasn't grown anymore. So I'm grateful for that. But I love you guys. Thank you so much. I know every time I get on here, I talk forever, but I appreciate this platform. And some days you just don't know, like now I'm so down, but this made my day, my night. So I appreciate it.
I love you so much.
Love you guys. Have a good night. Love you too.
You too.
Good night.
Bye-bye. But anyway, it has gotten late. The hours are late. We've been out here for an hour and 30 minutes. We could probably talk about this forever and ever and ever. But let me just say this. This show gives us an opportunity to look at ourselves and to see ourselves, how we really feel about things. In this particular climate that we're in, things are coming to the surface that we thought were dead for years. And here on this channel, let me tell you something. I love everybody. I'm an equal opportunity roaster. I'm an equal opportunity lover. I love all people. I just believe that God has created all of us to be different for a reason. He didn't create us all to look the same and to speak the same way. He just did not do that. And I do believe that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And if you behold someone and you believe that they're beautiful, if you love it, I love it. You like it, I like it. I don't I don't believe that most of us here on this channel have a problem with that. But I do believe that people do speak out of their experiences. Some people have experienced racism on a total different level. And so that's where they come from. And it's up to us to have open dialogue and open, real communication about these issues and about these things. And I know sometimes for some people it is uncomfortable. It is. It's really uncomfortable because it makes you have to look at yourself. It really does. Am I putting people in a box? Have I allowed myself to really be open about how I think about other people and their cultures and how they live? I don't understand everything. I'm not world traveled like some people. I'm not even as world traveled as my daughter. But when you open yourself up to communicating with people, opening yourself up to experiences and learning different things, at the end of the day, you find out we're all the same. We are all the same. There is no different between me and Hazel, and no different between me and anybody else. We're both women. Okay. So I thank you all so much for being here. I really do. I appreciate you being up to the midnight hour and burning the oil with your auntie. I thank every last caller that has called in. When you all get an opportunity again, go to Nations of Recap. They are two guys that recap the 90 Day Fiance show. And so, give them a holler. Let them know that Auntie sent you. And I really would appreciate that. Thank you so much, Frank, for being our Reddit guy. Um, and hopefully, eventually, one day, Reddit will like me again. But it's okay because guess what? It's their opinion. Thank you, TOC, for giving us the opportunity to even watch this show and have these kind of dialogues and be open about this kind of stuff. Because you know what? It's healthy. It really is healthy and it helps us all to grow. Good night, you all. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the thumbs up. I really do appreciate you all thumbing up the video. And even to all of those haters that thumb it down, I thank God for you too. You all have a great week and we will reconvene on Sunday. Love you. Bye bye. Mwah.